Hi, the video that I wanted to come out this week got ruined by the rain and just the darkness of the clouds and shit like that. And the lighting also isn't really good, so I had to turn on my lamp. And so that's why I look very illuminated and extra crusty. Don't look at my hair. It rained yesterday and I didn't want to wash my hair today. There are so many things that I wanted to say that I was thinking about in the shower, and I was like, ooh, what can I talk about? Because this is going to be a very, very quick video because it's almost 12:20 and I need to be leaving my house by 12:40 because I'm walking to work today because I was like, oh, I want to sleep in a little bit. And I haven't eaten breakfast, haven't drank any water, haven't even made my lunch for work. So I'm very excited to see how I'm going to do it all. Also, let's talk about things that I'm upset about, just because it's been a while since I've done that, because at least like on the podcast and stuff like that, I am a proud hater. If some stupid shit is going on, I love talking about it, and not that I like making fun of people, but because I used to be on the other end of things like that. But some people are just like, y'all are doing too much. Like, I do not need to be scrolling through TikTok and then just like have like 4 different people share their trauma using a Mitski audio. Like, I don't need to know your deep dark family secrets. And I get it, it's a way to cope, but maybe like do it on a private Twitter or on a followers only, because I get like, you want to find other people who have gone through similar situations to you. But I think if it's such a particular situation where you were severely hurt and traumatized, I don't think you should be sharing it on TikTok, only because, and I only say this because, sure, like I know communities can be built under this, but also you're putting a target on your back, because when I was growing up and the internet was still like kind of a new thing, some people had internet, mostly programmers and hackers were really using it. Everyone was anonymous, and I think that's a good way to keep these things, because you can shield yourself from people trying to use those things against you. And when you're just, you have these cards and that share all of your disorders and illnesses and trauma and stuff like that, you're just giving people more fuel against you. And that's not bad to have those information things, but maybe like share those in the DMs, or like have one, but like just keep it on private, or for things like that. I don't know. That's just something that really bothers me, because I feel like we're sharing too much now, and that's how parasocial relationships and stuff like that. I just really can't get down with it. And I've also been a part of it. I've shared my intimate traumas on the internet as well, but I think I also delete the tweets, and if you can still find them if you want, but I'm not blasting them to like 10,000, 20,000 people. It's literally just my small side of the internet. And I know I'm a hypocrite in this, but I'm more so just thinking about the younger people and the literal children who are on the internet and who are just like looking for like Roblox stuff. They're not gonna understand what happened in like your TikTok, because then they're gonna talk to their parents about it, and then it's gonna be like, oh shit, this person was deeply traumatized, and my kid just has this, by chance it just came up on there. I don't know. It's a weird world, the internet, but I'm just more so thinking of people trying to hurt these traumatized people, and children being exposed to it when they're just wanting to play Fortnite and drink cola and fart around on the internet. They're not there to go to therapy or to learn about other people's trauma. They're there just to have a fun time. And also people who just try to target children and other things like that, like, fuck off. Why? I really wish we could just like revoke all privileges and all access to things to these people, because they're sick and they're twisted, and I hope they all burn and die and everyone beats their ass. But besides the point, that was just things that were on my mind as well. I don't know. I'm also kind of sick of other people being like, ooh, how to turn into that girl. And if you haven't seen those kind of TikToks, they're very like girl boss-esque. And here's the thing, the girl boss thing can be positive, but I've only really seen like the toxic part of it, because it's just people, using their own necessity and using their femininity to try to one-up other women. And, oh, like, I'm a girly girl and I own 7 businesses, and I have a Tesla, and I have stocks in Amazon and stuff like that. And it's cool, but it's also just like, how are you making that positive for the rest of us who don't fit that super feminine stereotype, and who aren't thin, and who maybe don't really want to go into business? You know what I mean? And I'm just more thinking about it on the inclusive side, because there are also people who can be successful who, you know, that don't prescribe to these weird girl boss standards. And sure, it started as a positive thing, but now I kind of just see it as a toxic positive thing. But like, yeah, in the same vein of that, like, that girl's like, she's not mentally ill, she has schedules for everything, she wakes up early, she does smoothie bowls, she exercises, she goes to hot Pilates. I think that's kind of just, and I don't want to say like that's a toxic positive trope, because I don't think it is, but I think a lot of people are setting unrealistic standards for themselves, because if we were all that girl, we would live in a perfect world, right? Or if we were all that person, we would be able to, you know, fight our mental illness, and oh, you can see my eye bag is so bad. I'm so tired. You know, I like, in a perfect world, I think we could all be that girl, but I think, you know, because we're all different and we all have different, fuck, my eyeliner is so bad. Oh well, I'll fix it. You know, we're all trying to obtain the same goals, but I think everyone is going about it in a different way, because maybe to be that girl, you don't need to wake up at 7 a.m. and have a smoothie bowl. Maybe to be that girl, you just need to go to therapy, or maybe you just need to talk to your mom or call your friends or be less isolated. You know, I think in some ways it can be toxic positive, because they're also in the same vein that it's teaching people orthorexia and that certain foods are bad and how to get a flat tummy, when really it's really just genetics as well. And like, that's the thing that I'm thinking of when like these fitness goals and these unrealistic study goals as well. Because like, are you really gonna study? Are you really gonna study like 12 hours a day? Or are you just gonna make some time to do it? Because I mean, if you don't have a job, and it's also like, are that girls just like unemployed, or do they work from home? Because it seems like they have a lot of freedom. And I'm not shitting on anybody when I think of like that girl trope. Like, there's no person that comes to mind, or there's no like certain like TikTok users and things like that I think of that play into those toxic positive tropes. But I'm sure when I'm talking about this, you're thinking of like, oh, that bitch, da da da. You know what I mean? Which I mean, I understand of. But there is someone in my life who I would consider that girl, but she's not. She's a woman, and she's married, and she has a dog. She's a corgi. She's just so very talented, and I am so happy to even just breathe the same air as her and to know her, because she's definitely what I aspire to be, because she is living her best life and so talented and so amazing, and I literally wish I could marry her instead of her husband, but I am just obsessed. And that's the thing too, is like, I feel like everything that she does and everything that she's gone through, because she's worked her ass off. She's from a foreign country and stuff like that. She's getting her visa. I am just so insanely proud of her. And I think where I kind of see where it's more positive for her is, one, like, I guess I know her, and even if she's like super exhausted or whatever, she already has boundaries in place with like work life and what she does and wants to do. And I think that's good, because a lot of these other videos, I feel like, aren't setting boundaries. I don't think I have a mullet, don't look at me. But yeah, those are also, I wanted to talk about Hassan, but my cat's fucking around in the closet. I have to go, so I will see you next week. Thank you for listening to me rant. Bye bye.